Hey guys, this is Ada and I'm coming in to do a video. Today guys, I'm doing one of my powerhouse smoothies and I'm going to explain what I'm adding and why I'm adding it and how it's helpful to your health. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to use some cherries and berries fruit blend, and this is from Target and it's a Good Gather and it's organic. So I'm going to use a couple of cups of those. Okay, we're going to do about 2 cups of the berries. Okay. And the next thing, we're going to go ahead and dump those in there. The next thing we're going to do about a handful of spinach. So actually we're going to do about 2 handfuls. We're going to dump those in there. And as I told you guys, these videos are not edited, so this channel may not be for everyone, but for the people here who choose to stay, welcome. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, I got this banana, and I don't quite want a whole banana, so we're going to do half, and I just opened it today. Okay, the next thing we're going to put in, I'm going to use my protein powder, and we know this has all the good amino acids that we need for a healthy brain and healthy body. And this is a plant-based protein, so we're going to use 1 scoop of that, which is going to give us about 20 grams of protein. So, and the next thing I'm going to use some sunflower lecithin. Now, this is good for a healthy brain. For people who may be aging or who may have ADHD, sunflower lecithin is really good for the brain, huh? Well, my grandson is trying to say something, so he said he has ADHD.
I do.
Well, this will be healthy for him. It'll help with the brain. And even though people who have ADHD can be very, very bright, sometimes it's a struggle just getting tasks done. Okay. Now these raspberries, I'm just using those guys before they go bad. We know they are full of antioxidants, so we're going to dump those in. And then we're going to use a little MSM powder. This is good for hair, skin, and nails and joints. So we're just going to use 1 little bitty scoop of that. And see how tiny that scoop is? So we're going to use a little scoop of that. That is good for hair, skin, and nails and joint. And it's just MSM. So here it is. Got it from Amazon. Okay, the next thing we're going to use, I've been under the weather, guys. I have a little sinus stuff going on, and I'm going to up my vitamin C. And this is Camel powder. It's a berry, and it's not ascorbic acid. This is real vitamin C, and we're going to get about 766% of our vitamin C from Camel, and it only takes 1 teaspoon. So let me grab a teaspoon. And this is more like a tablespoon, so we're going to do kind of half of that. Okay, the next thing we want to use is we want some hemp seeds. Hemp seeds, if I use 3 tablespoons of that, that would be 3 grams of protein, but I'm not going to use that much because I don't, really need to, because I already got 20 grams in here. So we're going to use a little bit of this. We're going to go in with a tablespoon, which will give us about 3 grams of protein. Okay. The next thing we're going to use, guys, is ashwagandha. Now, ashwagandha, we know, is an adaptogen. And it helps with brain health. If you're suffering from depression or anything, it may help with that. It helps with physical stress as well as mental stress. And it helps to bring the body back into balance. And so it's 1/3 teaspoon of the ashwagandha. So I'm going to use just a little bit of this. So I'm going to use about that much of the ashwagandha. Okay. The next thing we're going to use is a little moringa powder. And if you haven't heard about moringa is a powerful antioxidant. There are people who say that it's cured their rheumatoid arthritis. It helps bring the body into balance. And it's a miracle for people in some countries. because it have healed illnesses that they say couldn't be healed. But what we're going to use, let's see, the dosage is 1 teaspoon. We're going to use just a little bit since we got so much in this smoothie already. So we're going to use about that much. So guys, this is my powerhouse smoothie, and now I'm going to add the liquids. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more thing I need to add. This is diindomethylene, which methylene thing. The endomethane. I'm sorry. Dim is the word, guys. Forgive my pronunciation, but dim is the word for short. We know that dim is made up of a bunch of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, cauliflower. It's just like eating a ton of those cruciferous vegetables. So what it does is help to detox bad estrogen, a toxic estrogen. It helps the liver to detox. And I'm not sure if it's the phase 1 or phase 2 that dim play an important part of, but it's a very important supplement, whether you're male or female. If you're male and you feel like you have a lot of estrogen in your body, this is a good supplement to use. And so we're going to use just a little bit of dim, because what happens with dim, as your body begins to detox, you can get a headache. And normally taking a Tylenol or whatever help, but just because your body is detoxing from all the excess estrogens that's found in plastic bottles and other things that we use, deodorants and other things that we use, which are xenoestrogens, of course, everybody's probably full of estrogen, the toxic type that we don't need. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to see what the dosage is on this, guys. It's 1/10 of a teaspoon, which will equal 200 milligrams. So we're going to use and this, it really does stink. Smell like eggs or something. But that's those vegetables. We know broccoli can stink. If you leave it on the stove overnight, it smells really, really bad. So that's kind of how this smells.
My mommy did that before.
Did she?
Yeah.
And how did it smell?
Bad.
Yeah, he said mommy left broccoli on the stove overnight. It didn't smell too good. So we're going to use just a little bit because we don't want to overuse that. Okay, so guys, we got everything in our smoothie. And that's a lot, guys. So now, do your own research. I just happen to do a lot of research, and that's how I use all this stuff. But I don't use all this stuff every day. If you go back and watch my older video, you'll see that I don't use everything that I'm using now. I changed my smoothies up. But today I feel like I need a little extra help because I have a little cold. And so I want to kind of build my immune system up. So with that being said, I'm going to use a little bit of this tart cherry juice simply for the vitamin C that's in it. But I'm also going to use my almond milk. So we're going to use this, and this is concentrated, so we don't need but a little bit. And now I will probably drink part of this smoothie now and part of it in the afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and use a little almond milk, and I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little Greek yogurt to it so I can get some probiotics. Okay, I'm thinking that's going to be enough. So let me go ahead, and we're going to add, I'm looking at Mama with your camera here. We're going to add maybe a little yogurt. Okay, Mama okay with it, but I don't know if your mother would be okay with it, okay? My grandson kind of want to get on camera, but I don't know if his mommy will be okay with that. So, because you have to be careful putting kids on camera these days. But anyway, he is excited to see what I'm doing. He likes his own little healthy eating. He likes vegetables. He's a really smart young man. And he just likes a large variety of food, which they tell me now is very healthy for you. So he should have a good, healthy microbiome because he eats a variety of fruits and vegetables. He also likes Taco Bell now, but he also eats his veggies, which I think is great. His veggies and his fruit. He likes those. So we're going to go ahead, guys, and blend this up. Now, I didn't add chia seeds today because this is kind of packed. I'm going to add just a little bit more almond milk. And I'm going to add just a little lemon juice to help me digest some of this fiber. Because this has a lot of fiber in it. Now, this is organic lemon juice, guys. This is organic lemon juice. And see, when I buy lemons, if I don't use them every day, they go bad so quick. So I would just rather go buy the organic lemon juice and take that. One more thing I'm going to add for bloating, because I have a lot of that at times, depending on what I eat, but I'm working on it, guys. Because as I explained to some of you guys, I went through menopause and perimenopause, and it really wreaked havoc on your digestive tract, you know. So we're going to use a little of this ginger. Because ginger, you know, it's kind of has a spicy taste. And when you add it to your smoothies, it really helps with your digestion. And it also helps with the taste. You can kind of taste the spiciness of it, which I love. So we're going to go ahead and blend this up and see how it looks. And I got my little sidekick here. He's watching. He love healthy stuff. That I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and add some sea moss. And we know that sea moss has over 100 and some minerals in it, so we're gonna make it really healthy.
Mama, can I try some?
Yeah, we'll let you try a little bit. Because we got like dim and I don't want it to give you a headache. And then we just might make you a fruity one, okay?
Okay.
We'll make you a fruity one.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's got a lot in it.
Yeah.
Okay, now that is my sea moss, guys. And if you go in, you can watch my video where I made this, you know, the other day. And, you know, some of you may be saying, well, she's making all this healthy stuff and she still, you know, is kind of weight. Yes, I am. But I am struggling, guys, trying to get the hormones balanced, because that's the big deal with me, is balance. So, you know, we all have a different experience and we're on a journey. So just remember that. Make you a little one, okay? Tell me what you want in yours. You put fruit, banana, milk, okay? All right, Mama, I'll make yours when we get done with mine, okay?
Alright, that's fine.
We'll make it off camera.
Yay.
All right, guys. Now, this is really kind of liquidy, but that's how I want it. I didn't want this one thick, and it's not thick. So, this, you know, I can drink this throughout the day, small servings, because if you drink a lot, it may bloat you because it's full of fiber. So, I'm going to drink this throughout the day, and I'm going to start with this cup. You guys know this is my favorite cup. And so, we're going to do half now and maybe half later. And I may go in and eat some eggs or something like that for more protein. The goal is to try to get as much protein as possible. So guys, with that being said, that concludes my video. You know, smoothies is a good way to get in nutrition without working really hard to try to prepare all these meals. And if you just want some quick greens or quick fruit, you can do a smoothie. You can do a green smoothie. You don't have to have the fruit. You can just do greens. And the way to do that, just add a little stevia to make it sweet. So there's so many different ways to get in nutrition, guys. And with that being said, that concludes my video. My next video, I'm going to be making carrot juice. I have all these carrots that was given to me, and I'm going to go ahead and do something with them before they go bad. So the next video that you'll see will be me juicing the carrot juice. So for those of you who enjoy watching these real-time unedited videos, thank you. And for those of you who's just a bit much, I understand. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. And I hope all this information has been helpful to you. And I hope you will share it with the next person. Thank you for watching. Okay.